English football has a new home, St George's Park in the Staffordshire countryside. This is the £105 million National Football Centre, officially opened this week by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. It's billed as a fresh start for the game. English football may host some of the world's best talent, plying their trade in the lucrative Premier League and watched by a substantial global TV audience.
But the national team has for decades been starved of success. Homegrown talent is in short supply. The quality and quantity of coaching vastly inferior to that on offer in other European countries. In the battle between club and country, the national interest has come a distant second.
This centre is meant to put that right. Here, English national teams from the senior men's squad to the most junior women's players will train in the most up-to-date training facilities money can buy.
It's all about how do we get an edge over everybody else, and I think that's because everything is here. It's a complete package of support that every team who operate here will be able to draw on that and use it to their advantage.
But can a gleaming new centre change a footballing culture? There are plenty of critics who believe the problems in English football are more deep-rooted and are to do with the way the game is run.
People always talked about it being the FA being dragged screaming into the 21st century. Question mark, did it have any time at all in the 20th century? Do I think more money needs to go right to the grassroots of the game itself to improve those changing rooms in Biggleswade, without being rude about Biggleswade? Yes, that money has to be found.
The Football Association was 2 years ago described by Sports Minister Hugh Robertson as the worst governed sport in the UK, run by white middle-aged men. The FA has been roundly criticised by various governments of being weak on any number of issues, such as the amount of debt in the game, scrutiny of who owns football clubs, transparency and accountability. They have also attacked the FA and the Premier League for indulging in a power struggle rather than working on a coherent plan for the English game. FA Chairman David Bernstein has pledged to modernise the governing body. He has taken a hard line on some areas of the game, as the racism controversy surrounding ex-England international John Terry has shown.
I think a wonderful modern facility like this should be one of a number of things that we do to keep ourselves with a progressive agenda and take the FA right into the 21st century. So, yes, this is a wonderful asset. I mean, we have two wonderful assets now within the FA. Wembley Stadium, probably the world's greatest stadium, and this unique site here.
So, does Mr. Robertson still think it's the worst governed sport?
No, it isn't. The FA is not the worst governed sport in the United Kingdom. There are a number of reasons to that. The first is they have sorted their governance out in a fairly major way. And secondly, the new leadership at the FA has not only helped them to pay down the debt at Wembley, which is very important, and taken a much more sensible profile internationally, but has also managed to build St George's Park, which I think for anybody involved with football is probably the single most exciting development for the national game for many years.
The World Cup is in 2 years' time in Brazil, and England's footballers are preparing here for 2 World Cup qualifiers in the next week. Even the most loyal England supporter would find it a stretch to make a case for England winning the tournament, even if the team qualifies convincingly.
This National Football Centre does represent a chance for England to catch up with their counterparts in Europe and South America. But there is root and branch reform needed to the way the game is run. And it will take more than state-of-the-art facilities to get England challenging again for top international honours. Roger Blitz, Financial Times, at the National Football Centre in Staffordshire.